Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be reviewing another comic book. This is going to be Action Comics number 458, first appearance of Black Rock, who is this person right here. So yeah, first appearance. Yeah. Before I actually start, for those who are meaning to read this or a volume that contains or graphic novel that contains this certain issue and haven't read this particular issue yet, or whatever the case may be, I recommend you stop this video and then read this issue and then come back to it. So you guys could kind of get an understanding of this review because I may spoil some things. Granted, this has been out for 30 years, but whatever. It's one of the minor issues if you guys understand of Action Comics. I mean, even though it is a first appearance, Black Rock isn't really a major character. He's one of the minor characters, and I don't know if you'd actually call this a key issue. Even if it's a first appearance, I mean, I guess if you like Black Rock, it is a key issue for you, but whatever. I've searched this up in the internet and price guides and reads and go more than 20-25 bucks. I actually got this for $1, and at the time I should even know who Black Rock is, whatever. I got this very early when I was starting to collect comic books, so I guess that's a steal, whatever. Especially the condition that it's in, it's pretty good condition. I say it's very VG, very good. That should be right around maybe 15 bucks, and I got it for $1, so that's a good profit, I guess, or steal or whatever. But back on topic. For those who are meaning to read this certain issue and haven't read it yet, and only if you're meaning to, wanting to, whatever the case may be, recommend you stop this video or read that issue, plus the Green Arrow issue that comes with it, maybe, because I will discuss a little bit about it, which is the title of that one would be Masquerade of the Naughty Kid. That's the Green Arrow one that comes with it. So yeah. So what kind of running on a bit just in the introduction, but let me get back on track. Sorry about that. Action Comics 458. If you haven't read it, whatever the case may be, 10 seconds as usual for spoiler warning starting now. And sorry for having run on so much. Whatever. 10 seconds are up. So yeah, for those who haven't read this issue yet and are meaning to, again, don't complain down in the comments below or be messaging me that never gave you a fair warning, because it did. Also, I just want to say right off the bat that I am a bit sick, so if I happen to sneeze or whatever the case may be, at some point during this video, I do want to apologize beforehand. So yeah, Action Comics number 458, first appearance of Black Rock, and the title is Make Me a Superhero. Yeah, as you guys can kind of see right there, Make Me a Superhero. It's backwards, but you can make out the words. So yeah, as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. Okay, so basically, this is the introduction of Black Rock. We have this one man called Mr. Silverstone, who he works for UBC, which is one of the competing companies for the Daily Planet, when it comes to broadcasting the news and whatever. So basically, they want their own hero of their own. Daily Planet has Superman. Why can't they have their own superhero? Is basically Mr. Silverstone's logic. So Mr. Silverstone comes up with the idea. Well, actually, his boss comes up with the idea that they need their own superhero, and it basically comes up with the persona of Black Rock. He doesn't really come up with a name immediately though, so yeah, basically Black Rock's power is that he could transport through like televisions and computers and the telephone lines, like that type of thing. He could transport through there and control that. He has like electric powers. Here's a good example where he's using this antenna to go against Superman, right there. Yeah. He's more of an antagonist than a hero, but I guess they want to at least some kind of super being, UBC to have, I guess, so they could report on. So yeah, I mean, basically just gives us some basic info on Blackrock, who he will be, how big of a character he'll be, um, and who he's associated with. I mean, that's really the whole point of this comic. At least the Superman one. I mean, there's really, I mean, you really don't have much besides that. You have Superman kind of duking that out with him, but besides that, there's really not much to it. Then you also have a separate small issue, also like a bonus issue coming with it, which is Green Arrow and Black Canary, Masquerade of the Naughty Kids. Kind of starts here, um, right there. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, crap, whatever. Um, yeah, Masquerade of the Naughty Kid. This is a Green Arrow Black Canary issue. Basically, you have Lex Luthor. He's kidnapped this one lady, female, who I don't know who she is, but I don't know if she's important to the Green Arrow Black Canary story arc or whatever. She's just a random lady. She seems to have associated with she seems to have been associated with Green Arrow and Black Canary at some point, but I really don't know because I really haven't read any of those issues. But basically, Lex Luthor hypnotizes her to go against Black Canary and Green Arrow. She eventually snaps out of it and decides to attack Lex Luthor instead. And issue ends. So yeah. Um this issue was pretty interesting. I mean, you do have the introduction of Blackrock. Granted, he isn't that huge of a superhero villain. I mean, or villain at all, antagonist. But he is interesting a bit. I guess I really do actually like the cover. I mean, that's one of the reasons I bought it. Bought it at first. I really just bought it for cover value. Not cover value, but originally I just bought it for the cover because it looks pretty cool. Um, I actually did read the issue at some point, and then I reread it to do this review. And I actually do like the content in this issue. I mean, it is pretty interesting, to have, that this competing company kind of wants their own superhero. I mean, it's not the best idea to get views, but it's a new idea. We'll give them that. Blackrock, as a character, I mean, he's not really that interesting, but granted that this is his first appearance, um, so I guess I give him kind of a pass for that. The artwork, as usual, is nice. I think this is for the cover alone. It is some of the best art just on the cover alone. So it is good. The writing, it's good too as well. I mean, there are a few things like words are kind of off but it's okay. It's okay in my opinion. The art inside, besides the cover, the art in the inside is good. I mean, here, let me get a good page. Here, this is actually a pretty good page. Pages. I mean, it has like the action sequences kind of there, but more on this page. It does give you an idea of what it is. Um, so yeah, as for the Green Arrow Black Canary issue on the back, I mean that one's good. That one's really actually that one has something more left to be desired in my opinion. It is kind of forgettable. And also the writing is okay for that one. The art is good at just like the Superman one, the Action Comics one. So that is good. The basic plot for the Green Arrow Black Canary, it's okay. It's not the best, not the worst. So yeah, so as a whole, 458 Action Comics, make me a superhero. Yeah, make me a superhero. Sorry. On a scale of 1 to 10, on a rate of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent. I give this an 8.25, 8.25 basically out of 10. I mean, it does have its problems, such as Blackrock. He's not really that much of an interesting superhero villain, but I keep saying. I mean, originally he was intended to be a hero, inside the comics, because the people who made him up originally wanted to be a superhero, but turn out villain, so whatever. He's not really that interesting, and he does. I mean, his character does have something left to be desired. The Green Arrow, Black Canary. Sorry about that. Um, Story and the back. I mean, that one also has something left to be desired as a whole. It is a bit forgettable, so yeah. The fact that this is a first appearance, I guess is kind of cool. Um, One thing I really just don't like about this issue though is that the way Black Rock gets his name. He goes to this one television and this lady sees him and he says, "You look like a Black Rock." As it's coming out, he's like, "That's a brilliant idea. I might as well call myself Black Rock." That's seriously how he gets his name. It's just so retarded. That's how he gets his name. But I guess he had to get his name somehow. So yeah. So yeah. Action Comics 458. Make Me a Superhero. Um, on a rate 1 to 10, I give it an 8.25. I mean, the issue as a whole does have something left to be desired. I mean, as a whole, and it is kind of missing something. It is kind of missing that oomph, if you know what I mean, like that extra thing that will make it better. But for now, it is good. And the way they introduced him, it was okay as a whole. Anyways, I mean, it was the best, wasn't the worst. I mean, just the way they came up with his name though was just really dumb, retarded in my opinion. But besides that, it is a pretty solid issue, 8.25 out of 10. That's what I give it. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, for now, resubscribe. Remember to subscribe. I also do other comic reviews. I also review graphic novels, comic books, other comic books, TV shows, and movies. And yeah, comment below on your thoughts on Action Comics number 458. Make Me a Superhero. Have you read it before? What you think of it? More than 8.25, less than 8.25. And what are your thoughts on Black Rock? Do you think he should be introduced sometime, like in the big, the small screen or silver screen? What are your thoughts on him? Do you like him? Do you hate him? What are your thoughts on Black Rock in general? And yeah, that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.